All right, I started over.
What's up, cocktubers?
Cocktubers.
Cocktubers and soy boys. Hit that like button if you have consumed soy or canola oil in the past day. And I am talking to you because you guys are all eating soy.
When was the last time you
Growing
ate
tits.
McDonald's?
McDonald's. Probably like 2 months at this point.
You had 2 months? That's a long time not to have McDonald's. I had it 2 days ago.
If you go to McDonald's, you gotta. If you're actually trying to go full Giga Chad, you gotta go get a burger, and then you gotta
The
eat it
quarter
without
pounder?
the bun. You gotta eat the burger meat without a bun.
Mine was a
And no sauce.
a double cheeseburger, or no, it's the McDouble. So it's a McDouble and then a hot and spicy, and a small fry. I was craving it. I was not gonna lie. I was like, fuck
You
it.
gotta stop eating McDonald's though.
I know, but
really
I hit the
soy.
gym right after, so
That's good, but that doesn't get the canola oil out of your system.
no, it doesn't. Seed oils, they're my best friend.
Yeah.
Makes-
So,
Makes my boobies bigger.
anyways, if you're looking for a Telegram channel with a bunch of like-minded brothers in it to network, and you want constant access to guns and gear deals, and we're always putting in our experiences with shit hits the fan prepping, and also just other resources that we find or you create. You do a great job at creating resources. So go down to our description and join our Telegram channel. We've already had people in the channel that are making friends from it in their area, which is a good sign because it's not even that big yet. We only got 50 members.
We
we're
got
trying to focus on
49.
that.
We lost one.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck whoever left. But we're trying to grow it because YouTube's not going to let us be around forever. Not that we're some big YouTubers, but hopefully we'll be able to keep our Telegram even if we leave YouTube. And I think that's where the main value at
No, what we
is for
should do
creating
is
this channel.
go over to Rumble.
Yeah, everybody's going to watch us on Rumble.
I know. Oh man, I'm burping now.
So we put together a bunch of random, not quite random, they're things that have been on our mind that we wanted to talk about in the Stattac Bros podcast.
Yeah, I think we could probably it's best to start out with our kind of like I want to say predictions, but it's 2024 election year. Pretty sure elections in November 7th. Get out there and vote because your vote matters. I'm just kidding.
Especially if you live in a Democrat state.
You just live in a city.
Yeah, make sure to mail in your
You
ballots.
live in a concrete jungle.
Mail in, vote as much as you can. Try to
Yeah,
try
vote for
to
your
have as
dead.
many votes as possible.
Vote with your dead grandparents.
Yes, make your vote count, guys.
Yes.
So one of the things I think we should. Oh, we were going to predictions for the year. What do you think is going to happen in 2024?
Well, I didn't expect tiny hat people to be digging tunnels under New York, and was it yesterday? America and United Kingdom bombs Yemen. So
Does that actually matter though? I mean, I'm not some like global affairs expert, but does Yemen actually matter?
to the United States, I don't really think so. Military industrial complex, they got to get their money. Raytheon, we got to make their missiles. Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, they love that shit. More money.
I think they're allies with Iran, which Iran's probably one of the countries that's going to most likely want to nuke us if they had the chance.
There's a lot of countries that nuke us if they have the chance.
I mean, there's probably like 5, right?
Yeah.
You got Russia, China,
China, North Korea,
Iran,
Iran. Pretty much the whole entire Middle East hates us.
and Palestine.
Yeah. But it's like the liberals or the commies in the country. They love Palestine, even though they'll throw their little sodomites off the tallest building.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Um,
Well, one
But-
one of the things everyone's talking about is power outages and hackers taking over the electrical grid. Which, I mean, I haven't spent too much time thinking until like past few months. I mean, past year probably. We've been hearing more
Yeah,
about it
then
on the news.
they also dropped the movie that was it Michelle Obama.
Michael.
Yeah, Mike Obama, the first gay president. But they dropped that movie. What is it? For Leave the World Behind or some shit like that. I watched it actually. Other than the anti-white propaganda in there, don't trust white people.
You told me to watch it, and I was like, I watched it thinking like it was gonna be good because you said it was good. And it's total trash and never had a climax.
Gotcha.
And it just makes white people look like cucks.
Yeah, I mean that's like all media towards white people. But so cyber attacks is kind of on the radar as like a big thing, and that's not the first time that Netflix either also has an they dropped something prior to a big event, like a couple months before the Ohio train derailment and all the chemicals spilling out over there. They dropped that movie called White Noise or something like that, and pretty much portrayed it pretty well.
So everything happens for a reason. So there's only two reasons that they're dropping movies like that. One, that a lot of people are saying it's predictive programming, where the people that are in charge of the world have to release propaganda like this for them to like not feel bad or something for doing terrible things.
It's like they at least give you a heads up.
But it could also just be to throw us off and to distract us and get us worried about something that's not actually going to happen.
I forget what it was called, but early in, I think it was like, 90s or the early 2000s. There was like a power plant that some group of people, like, it was like a professional job. They like raided a power plant and caused like millions of dollars in damage, I think. And they never were caught or anything like that.
They're white supremacists, right? White supremacists hate the power grid.
It's two guys in balaclavas in a basement.
Not us, though.
Yeah.
Not these two guys. We are innocent. We love the government. And
I wasn't born in the 90s.
We love the government. We love getting vaccinated. We love
triple vax.
We love media.
What is it? Vax Max.
We love McDonald's.
I'm the Max Vaxxer. Yeah. So, cyber warfare but that causes a red down kind of scenario, and then which honestly is not far fetched at all. So
Red Dawn?
No, not like Red Dawn, but like a cyber attack that shuts down the grid, and then chaos ensues from there. And then you got speaking back on the movies though, they got a Civil War movie coming out.
Oh yeah, I want to switch gears real quick because we have a private group chat with our like-minded buddies that we actually know in real life, which you should have that too. Hopefully you're not alone or you're gonna die. Well, your chances of dying are a lot higher than ours. But you guys were actually having a very interesting conversation. I was missing it because I was not looking at my phone. But you guys were talking about the most likely scenarios to happen to us in the next year. And one of you guys put like foreign occupation in top 5, which I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, the thing is, the foreign occupation is what we're talking about is because of all the military age males and just the border. The southern border is basically just being flooded with migrants, and they are coming up through, and just basically Republicans and Democrats both been doing it. It's basically just shipping them up throughout the United States. The Republicans think they're super fucking based, and we'll ship them to the liberal cities, but all they're doing is just traffic going deeper into the country, and I mean, is it really fucking working?
You're telling me a bunch of fucking immigrants are gonna occupy?
No, but it's not like just like people from like South America. It's like you have the Chinese migrants coming in through there.
Africans, dude. You see black people coming in across the border. You're like, how the hell did these guys get here?
Yeah, so it's easier to apparently get through there than the fly and everything like that. So, and then also the government gives them money and stuff like that. They'll pay them like $2,500 a day.
But how does that play into being foreign occupation?
Sleeper cells. So like the way I was looking at it is they're just sending all these migrants through that are military age males, and they're like sleeper cells. That's like at least my theory, is that like eventually maybe like a cyber attack would happen, and then followed through is the sleeper cells will activate off that and then conduct their acts of terror against the United States. That's at least my theory behind it.
I think that's pretty. I would probably put some money on that
because invading the United States through like the coast or through the air would be way more difficult and you'll lose a lot of manpower and equipment trying to do that successfully. I think it could be done.
Right. I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't call that foreign occupation. I think there's obviously a bunch of sleeper cells that are ready to do terrorist attacks for do jihad and shit. Since we're supporting Israel so hard.
I guess, but on top of that too is I think we're also in like a proxy or like a cyber war with other countries as we speak, because it just seems like just random shit's been just blowing up throughout the United States and catching fire.
You think hackers can actually just blow random shit up?
Oh yeah, they can. They can like reroute like waterway systems that cause pipes to burst and shit like that, and pressure to go. There's they have a lot of our infrastructure is very outdated, and the technology is very old, so it's very easy to crack.
Yeah, especially I think the power grid going down is definitely probably the most realistic thing to prepare for at the moment, and that's going to compromise a lot of things. Like people, as soon as the power goes out, all the grocery store shelves are going to go bare, and a lot of people aren't even going to get water because most people are on city water. Even if you have a well, you're not going to be able to get your well water out. So people are going to start starving and dying of thirst.
Yeah. Another part of that conversation he's mentioning that I was having with the rest of our group is we basically took a map of our AO, area of operations, and we had plotted everybody's location in our group, and then from there we came up with a consolidation point. We're still working on having contingency plans for other consolidation points, and we took basically looked at all the main roadways and bridges and like just waterways and stuff like that. And there's a major waterway that kind of separates us, which we'll call it for about half of us, which causes issues with us linking up at the main consolidation point. So we're like brainstorming ways of, because the bridges are like a main point of it would definitely be like
wouldn't take much to stop us from getting across the bridge, especially a car.
It will if you take out bridges, it's a catastrophic way to slow infrastructure, or my words are fucked, but you get the idea. Basically stop the flow of traffic and cripple traffic. You got any more drinks? Fuck.
You want another one?
I'll take another one.
Yeah. Why don't we pause this and then?
No, just go get it and come right back. I'll just sit here awkwardly.
No, how about you go get it?
Where are they?
It's in the refrigerator.
Right back here?
No, upstairs.
Oh god. Here.
All right, guys. So when he's gone, yeah, he's talking about. So if power goes down, how are you going to be able to communicate with the people you know? You're probably not going to be able to use your cell phone. So do you have radios? Do you have meeting points for the other people that are in your group? There's a lot of things that we've been talking about lately in our group, even though our group's not that big. Being able to actually reach each other, because unfortunately we don't all live in the same neighborhood, and it's probably similar with your group. Okay. If you and your buddies are all in the same neighborhood, then you guys are golden. But if you guys live miles and miles away, and we don't really know what to expect. Maybe roadways are going to be jammed. Damn, can you get me one?
Dude, everything I just set up there, it picked up on it.
Oh, what were you saying? You were talking over me, you fucking bastard. Yeah, so who knows if you guys could even hear what I just said. So maybe that's got to get taken out. But yeah, meeting points. Like, obviously you want to stay at your house as much as possible, as long as there's nothing that's going to force you to leave. But you also have to be ready to leave where you live as quickly as possible, because the more adaptable you are, the more likely you're going to be to survive. Because if you have all of your eggs in one basket, per se, like in your house, then a bunch of bandits come raid your house, maybe you survive, then you don't have shit, and you maybe still have your house, but all your resources are going to be gone. So you need to invest in also being adaptable and not just having all of your eggs in one basket. What do you think of being adaptable? Like, say that the power grid goes down, you're gonna need to be able to leave. I was talking about it's important you want to have everything you need at your house so you can stay at your house if you can, but
If you,
there's gonna be a good possibility that you're gonna have to leave your house.
like what Bear Grylls always says, improvise, adapt, overcome, right? So if you live in a city, I think the first thing you should be doing is keeping up to date with current events and the shit going around your area, and then getting the fuck out of the city if you live in a city.
Yeah,
If
what do
you,
you even do? Because we do have, unfortunately, one of our boys is pretty much in the city, and he's far away from us.
basically, if anything were to happen for like real shit, and he didn't get like a heads up, he's kind of fucked down there.
Yeah,
We and that's another thing we're trying to do is figure out ways to get him, or and ways for him to get out.
if he doesn't get yeah, that's a good question. Well, probably one of the as long as it's not like a nuclear attack or anything. Ideally, you probably do want to stay hunkered down, probably for a little bit. Like you don't want to be leaving your house at the same time everyone else is trying to run away or the streets are gonna be crazy. Ideally, you probably want to wait like a 2 weeks for things to like settle down a little bit before you actually leave your house. So you want to be able to stay at your house and have everything you need. You don't want to be running out to the store and getting toilet paper where some bandit could shoot you for what you have.
I mean, what do they say? It's like you're like 3 meals away from chaos. So, most people at that point, if you are bugging in, and you got people, they'll probably be coming by to loot. So you at least better have a way to defend yourself.
If you guys
or have defensive measures in place, like depending on whether or not you live in a apartment building or a suburb, or you live out in the woods. Luckily, you should. If you live out in the woods, you probably should have some ways to pull guard.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of times. Well, not heavy time because I got other shit I got to do. But I've been studying the Yugoslav War, and there's this guy that's pretty popular in the shit hits the fan
Oh, and
community. His name's Selko.
if you're on our Telegram, he's been posting them, so you can read through them.
Yeah, but he has basically he lived in a city called Sarajevo, and for 1 year his city was completely blockaded off. They couldn't get any supplies in it, so it was basically like a mini apocalypse inside the city. And he gives a lot of tips, but one of them is you want enough supplies that you could survive at your house with a group of people, because you want the bigger your group, the higher your chances of survival are going to be. Because if you're alone, some gang's just going to come up and take your shit.
Yeah, that's something like a thing. That's why we have like our group of guys, and we have a consolidation point. So, and then from there we have our. We're still working on it. Like where we'll go, how long we'll stay there, and then it like if we have to take something, those kind of routes, and then getting a map that's actually physical, not digital.
Yeah. How long, though? Because I feel like things will probably start to get crazy as soon as people start running out of food and water. Most people don't have any water stocked up. So most people are going to run out of water within a day. So things are probably going to start getting crazy. Then when food starts getting low, things are going to be getting even crazier. So probably like 2 days into 2 weeks.
My theory
going to be the craziest time.
When shit gets real is when McDonald's runs out of chicken nuggets.
So that'll be in like 6 hours.
That's how you know fucking shit's popping off.
They're not even going to be able to sell their chicken nuggets without power.
I know. So, I honestly think like once like McDonald's can't serve people and the obesity fucking goes like they need their fucking McChicken fix, and they go fucking wild, dude. Like you see like those people getting crazy over McDonald's being out of chicken nuggets or something. Like it's like what the fuck you mean you're out of chicken nuggets?
Yeah. So I think it's talked about a lot, but I still think it's pretty overthought, is just having enough food and water to. I mean, ideally you have enough for like 6 months. Water is a little harder to store 6 months of water. You should probably have a way to like filter water and have a water source, but you need to have food stocked up that's going to last you more than 2 weeks.
Food's pretty easy to stock up on. Like what I like to do is buy a little extra bit of canned goods when I go to the grocery store. Buy a couple cans of like beef stew or some shit, and I store that.
Yeah, and recently Actually, I didn't even realize this. Like when we go backpacking, I'd get like those dry freezed backpacker meals. I didn't really think of it. I just thought they were pretty good and light.
They'll clog you up though after like a while. If you eat nothing but freeze dried meals, they'll clog you up.
But that shit's literally gold because the expiration dates on those like are literally like 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Like mine don't even expire. Not that I have that much. I don't have anything for anyone that's wondering that knows where I live. But if I did have them, they'd last to like 2054 or some crazy shit like that. That's probably like the most valuable
Honestly,
food source
it
you
probably
could probably
lasts
have.
longer than we will.
Probably.
They'll be the other guy's meal.
Hopefully not. But I think that's good shit to stock up on. Dry freeze food. That's kind of more long term. So you can like canned goods you gotta like swap out like
And seeds.
every year or so and make sure you're consuming it so it's not going bad. But dry freeze stuff you can just like keep stocked up and don't fucking eat it for any reason.
I have some guys that I know. They like to take like the Home Depot buckets or some shit, and they'll put Mylar bags with rice in it, and then they throw the oxygen tablets in there. There's videos you can watch out actually from people who know what the
Yeah,
fuck
we
they're
should do
talking
that.
about. I know we should,
We should have a fuck ton of rice, honestly.
especially since at the consolidation point, we should have more stuff stored.
Yeah, I have a interesting question that I don't have figured out. What the hell do you do with women?
Well, women. Well, see, the reason why you get the whole group, and you're not just gonna leave your family behind, right? So you're gonna take them with you, and they can, if you got kids, they help out the kids, all the admin stuff. Like you're doing missions, and you come back, you got maybe like a meal, because typical women stuff. Taking care of the household while the men do the nitty gritty work. I mean, they could help out pull guard too, because you're gonna have to pull guard. You're gonna be tired, especially when the shit hits the fan. You don't want to think about it, but it's just you and your wife, or like just you,
Easy target.
You're an easy target, man. You gotta sleep at some point. But if you got like a good solid group of like 5 plus
Even
guys,
five's pretty low. Like you guys,
you can pull decent guard shifts and get decent sleep with 5 guys rotating. But if you're like,
more is better.
yeah, more is better, but quality over quantity is the way to go, in my opinion. If you get a bunch of solid guys like that, maybe 5, 10 solid dudes, it'll be way better than the guy that has 30 people that he barely knows, that he barely vetted, or something like that. Brought them into the community just because he wanted a bigger group, and then you probably have internal conflicts and shit like that.
Yeah, it's one advantage of wearing a ski mask for this YouTube channel that I didn't realize till recently is if we showed our identities to everyone, then everyone that knew us in person would know the type of shit that we have, which would make if something happened they would want to come to our place. So staying anonymous with like actually being prepared is pretty important because if everyone knows you as the prepper guy, they're just gonna all show up to your house and be like, oh, what do you got for me? Just like in that stupid Michael Obama movie. They tried making the redneck guy look bad because he was prepared and he didn't want to give his supplies away to these fucking losers that didn't care about him.
I really wonder what that bug was that bit with the kid that was causing his teeth to fall out.
I don't know. I think that was just fantasy stuff.
I was thinking, was that some sort of special tick or something? Or like a leech? I don't know.
Nah, that was pretty gay, honestly. I thought that was very gay.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully there's not actually that's not COVID 2.0 is
what is it? Did you see
fucking bugs that make you lose your
what is
teeth.
it? It was Dr. Schwab or whatever or the UN or some shit. They put out like there's a thing called Disease X.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. It's some
Is
fucking.
it a WEF thing?
It's their new thing. They said it's more deadly than COVID.
What the fuck's this, dude? I've never heard of this.
Dude, I saw it through Telegram. It was in one of the Discover.
It's like
TV.
something they got in their back pocket or something.
Oh yeah, dude. They all know what the fuck's going on before we do. And maybe like you said earlier. Well, also in the fucking the Leave the World Behind movie, they hinted at, well, the people in power don't actually control anything, and they just go along with it. But
I don't believe that.
I don't really believe like maybe everything's like manufactured, but some things are controlled, some things aren't. But the people that are in charge, they already know. and they're not going to let you know because they don't want panic. So
That's interesting. What I was thinking earlier, when I was thinking of this guy Salco, he's giving advice. Obviously, you're talking about going out on missions. When's the best time to go out on a mission? It's probably going to be at night, and you should probably have night vision so you're less detectable. Because if you're going out, even with flashlights, then people are going to see you very easily, or you're
Even
going to
at
be
night's
an easy
dangerous.
target for people that have night vision that want to take your shit.
kind of think about it like Stalker or something, or like Tarkov.
Yeah, like how many people actually have night vision capabilities?
A majority of the population don't, but because the people that do want it, a lot of them can't afford it still, even in the tactical gear community, because night vision is very expensive. I'm fortunate enough to have night vision because I came into some money by selling my house.
You made a smart investment.
I don't regret it at all. I took a chunk out of the money I made from my house because I wasn't joking about it. I was actually being serious. I sold my house to buy fucking night vision.
It's smart investment advice.
But so I'm not homeless. I actually have another house. But I took a chunk out of that and invested some into like a PVS 14 setup. You really don't need anything more than that. I would stay away from digital. Honestly, it's not worth it. It's a waste of $700 on the high end for that shit.
Yeah. On another note, like in the past, I always thought like, oh, night vision is just nice to have. It's cool, like pretty useful. But I didn't until recently. I didn't really start thinking about it. I was reading this article from the Stelco guy, and like the only time you really should be going out is at night. If you don't have night vision, you're screwed. So like you basically need night vision, and people think it's too expensive. But if you already have like fucking 10 guns, then you should have night vision.
One PVS 14 is a huge force multiplier. It's ridiculous. Like yeah, like even like having a thermal is even a greater force multiplier if you can afford a thermal, but like a decent thermal. Like if you get the cheap thermals or whatever, it's like having like a cheap night vision. It's not going to be that great. So you really have to invest in this gear. But yeah, it's expensive. But if you're going to get one, get night vision. It's more it broadens your capabilities by a lot.
Yeah, I feel like night vision used to be at the bottom of my list, but now I'm thinking like I need to start fucking saving up money as soon as possible to get night vision.
Yeah. Like even like Gen 2 units are pretty cheap, but that's still better than having a fucking digital night vision, I think. Or like not having night vision at all.
We should get that digital night vision thing you sent me.
It's like $200. I guarantee we can maybe hit the guy up.
Is there anything useful that you could use digital night vision for?
Hunting. Like in a non-shit advanced situational.
I mean, ideally, most people aren't going to be able to see you, right?
Film. I mean, if you don't have nods, no.
So digital night vision that way, it's better than no night vision, isn't it?
I don't think so.
It makes you a target.
I think it
for
makes
people
you
with night vision.
It makes you just like you're like a blind target. Like I can see you, but you can't see me. Because even like IR light, if you're under nods, bright as shit. Like someone else flashes that shit at you. So if someone's got that shit constantly on, which you don't really need to, I have it with analog. You pop out, you're going to be able to see the guy at the digital, and he's not going to be able to see you really. So
yeah, you brought up another good point in the chat, and I was thinking like, man, you should really talk about this. Is what are actually, if you should know what's around you, right? You should know where you live. What are the actual good places that you could go to scavenge for supplies for?
I think like you're gonna have to like look at like less like everybody thinks the grocery store, that gun shop, the police station, probably like the military bases and stuff like that. But like places that have like food and stuff and water will be like schools. Schools will have a lot of it. And then I worked
at schools. I didn't even think about like nobody's gonna think about going to school. Like, I mean, not like, that many people.
They got cafeterias, you know, and then also corporate buildings. So like, depending on the like most corporate places, they have kitchens, and they also have break rooms which are full of food. Like this one place I used to work for, they had catering all the time, and then also in their thing they would just have like abundance of food. Like not all of it was like good food. It was like snacks and stuff, but it was all like in like vacuum sealed pack. It was like fruit snacks, candy bars. Like, yeah, it's not like it'll keep you alive. It's not gonna like, and it'll give you the energy you need, but it's not gonna fill you up really. But you can stay alive off places like that. And they also have like water too. You know, like a lot of like industrial or like corporate buildings and stuff like that. They have like the water machines and stuff just sitting there waiting to be used. The jugs in their storage. You know, stuff like that. Like places you don't really think about too much. Like you don't have to go to someone's residential household or like a grocery store or anything to get packed. But another thing is when shit does hit the fan, you want to blend in too. So you don't want to be that guy in the neighborhood that everybody sees not going to get food because they're going to be wondering why you're not going out to get food too. You know, especially if there's like a humanitarian aid or something showing up and they're handing out food to people and you're not showing up. And then people that know you see that you're not sharing or showing up, they're going to wonder why. And they're going to eventually figure out that you're pretty well prepared. So if there's humanitarian aid out there trying to help people, you should probably also go out there and get it. And then also, you know, people also think you're struggling too.
Right.
And it's also just adding to your stash.
Well, obviously in this type of scenario, it's not like the type where you need to like bug out in the woods and live like a mountain man. You probably want to consolidate in some type of house.
I mean, you're gonna die if you try to go out in the woods. Let's be honest. Like, if you live any on like the coast, any coast, East Coast, West Coast, you're already. If you go out and trying to hunt all the deer, it's like they're all gonna be dead. All the animals, everybody's gonna be hunting. Everybody's gonna be drinking at the fucking streams and stuff like that. So those places are gonna be like the highest threats. I mean, you're not going to be out there too. I mean, like the woods, you know.
Yeah, so I was going into where are you going to consolidate and how do you prepare the place that you're going to stay to not be a target and fortify it so it doesn't get raided.
Well, also taking a look at the place that you picked and its surroundings. Like, is it a house? Is it a building? What kind of walls does it have? How's the house built? Is it a brick house? Is it a house in a suburban area where it's just drywall and freaking plastic? You know, bullets go right through that. If you got a brick house, that's going to stop bullets, so that's defensible. Does it go all the way around? Does it not?
If you live in a nice looking house, you're probably going to be a top target.
Is it in a populated area? Do you have farms surrounding you? Stuff like that. Like take all that into account. Do you have like a long driveway? Is it defensible? Do you have like woods lying around you? Is it open around you? Do you have a cliff? Like, I think I found a place on Google Maps, and I was like, oh, it looks pretty defensible where it's at.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and I shared it.
Well, besides scavenging, stuff that's probably scavenging is probably going to run dry pretty quickly because everyone's going to be scavenging for shit.
Scavenging's also more dangerous.
Yeah, so, like, probably the main way you're going to be able to get shit is probably through bartering with other people.
I don't like, that also raises more questions, like, who are you bartering with? Do you know these guys? Like, you could be bartering with bad guys and cutting deals like you see in like movies or something like that.
Yeah. I think bartering is, I mean, you don't really need to be rich to like have a bunch of bartering supplies that you could have on hand that would be super valuable if the power went out long term, like flashlights, batteries, lighters, hygiene supplies, alcohol, cigarettes, like stuff like that, and coffee too. Like, none of those things are really expensive that you could probably stock up on, and you could probably trade for other shit.
Yeah, having, like, alcohol, I think cigarettes, stuff like that, that'll be, like, worth a lot. That'll probably be worth more than any of the precious metals that you have.
Yeah.
I mean,
that Selco guy, he said coffee and cigarettes and booze were more valuable than salt. Because nobody's going to really care about, like, even though salt, realistically, is more important.
I mean, yes, it enhances the flavor of your food, so...
You need salt to survive, but people, like fucking people that are addicted to nicotine and shit, like they're going to want a cigarette more than they are going to want salt because they're going to be fucking pulling their hair out.
Yeah. Drinks. Yeah, I always thinking about that, like having like ways to also like stay up. Like maybe stock up on like caffeine tabs.
Yeah, here's an idea of like shit that you could get for super
that's light
cheap.
And you can carry it.
Think of stuff that doesn't take up much space and you can stockpile like a bunch of fucking Bic lighters. Like that stuff's not expensive, but I'm sure a lot of people are gonna want a lighter. Or
Yeah.
a bunch of mini Chinese flashlights. You could probably sell those pretty easily.
I saw you made that put that in the thing. I was like, I don't know. I don't know about like cheap Chinese flashlights.
I mean, people are gonna buy them if they don't have flashlights and batteries. But the only bad thing about having so much bartering stuff is relying on bartering. You're gonna become a target because then people are gonna know you have shit.
I think also it's like eventually too is it's just gonna come down to factions of people who are prepared and then other people that were prepared, and like it's either the people that were unprepared you're gonna be dead, or they're gonna be like consolidate with some other faction of people that you know.
There's probably a lot more people that have guns than you're probably aware of. Like, 'cause people don't really talk about it.
No,
So there's probably gonna be a lot of dangerous
they
people.
say what is it like? There's like 3 guns per every American. I mean, realistically, not every American owns a gun, even though that would be nice. And if we are all on the same page with beliefs and everything, but we're not. So, with the amount of guns, like in my area, I'm actually kind of scared.
You're just gonna walk out your house and someone's gonna make you a loot drop.
Yeah. So, knowing like the area you're in and the people you're around, and also like knowing your neighbors or something. But like, if you're living in the city and there's a lot of people with guns in that city because you live in one of those states, you know, you're just another target for somebody that wants to kill you. You know, see something you have, working vehicle, maybe that's loaded out too much or something like that. It makes you a little more of a stands out.
Yeah, one thing that I found interesting, which wasn't too surprising, we did a poll on our Telegram channel with 50 guys about how many men are in your group. Because let's be honest, like the amount of men you have, prepared men, is what's going to actually matter and determine how powerful your group is going to be in the moment. And most people they said 2 to 5 people. There's a few that said 1, which RIP to them. And like almost nobody has more than 4 armed men.
Yeah,
in their group.
Like I said, it's quality over quantity in this subject because you want to know you'd be able to trust the guy next to you, like especially when you're tired and like you guys are pulling guard all night, and then you got to get up the next day and then do a movement and stuff like that. You want to make sure you get along with these guys at least, or you can trust them. Like
this fucking cat.
Someone's not gonna eat all the food and leave you guys with none, and you got like a dick because he's not willing to share or something. So you got to think about stuff like that.
There is definitely
is the guy you're with, like is he trustworthy enough? Like we're fortunate enough to like everybody that we've gotten to know is at least we've all met them in person, and also like we've spent some time with them.
But chances are you're probably going to have to take on some other guys that aren't prepared. They're just showing up and you're just going to have to make them useful. Because there's going to be power in numbers.
Yeah,
sure you want
like
a bunch of trusted people as possible.
I think the time you start bringing in randos is probably after you maybe established yourself a little more than in trying to take random people on in the initial. But I don't know. It's all hypothetical. Who really knows?
What's hypothetical about that?
What, like taking people in? It's like a case-by-case kind of thing.
Yeah, like when I'm thinking of like friends I have that aren't really prepared, but they're probably going to want to like consolidate with me.
Yeah. I mean, but do you know if those friends are like trustworthy enough though? Like I know people that I think are cool like right now, but I also know they would be more of a burden. It's like the fat guy, you know? A fat person's probably not going to be an asset to you because he won't be able to carry his weight. He's probably going to try to eat your shit. He's going to be lazy. I mean, usually fat people are usually lazy. That's what you kind of build a.
If you got fat people in your group, dude, they could survive a while without food. They should definitely get smaller portions.
But you think they're gonna do that? Probably not. So
I mean, you'll enforce it.
I mean, especially if you already know them and they make little effort to even bother to work out or lose weight or make a change, you know, they're probably not gonna be an asset. I hate cats, dude.
This guy's nice.
You know, cats have like a parasite that infects like 60% of humans.
I'm not worried about it from this guy.
I think you got it. It's why you like cats so much.
I don't normally like cats. I don't know if they can see this cat, but this cat acts like a dog. He is super friendly. The cats and your pets are probably not going to be. Most people's pets are not going to be assets for them.
Oh yeah.
There's that one guy though. What's his name? Patriots Arc. That's in our Telegram. He actually has a dog that he's like training to like be prepped from. Damn, I need to fucking turn this shit off. But he's training his. I think it's a pit bull to like carry gear from him. Like that's pretty cool. And his dog's like his fur is pretty much camel colored, but most people are gonna have some fucking stupid like poodle looking dog that's gonna be just eating food and reliable, which that could be a food source, I guess. If you get
I'm not
desperate
shitting
enough.
on him, but I saw one of his videos. They had like I don't think it was his, but it was like a white dog or something. Like
He did say that
like a Pomeranian or some shit.
in his video though. He did say like, yeah, you're probably don't get a white dog or a dog that's gonna stand out.
I also think, well, it depends on the dog. Can be useful. Yeah, if you get like a fighting dog or like a dog that's like, bred to kill, that'll probably be useful.
Yeah, so in our group we have like one of our guys has a dog that probably be fairly useful for like security. But the other pets, I think they might have to become food. Sorry, bud.
Dog mane.
Good size. Barter with the local Chinese people or something.
Can you say that? Well, we're not monetized anyway, so fucking.
Yeah, our goal of this channel is not to monetize, like be like ad, like oh, this channel is sponsored by fucking Palmetto State Armory. They gave us all these cool guns that are crap, but they're really awesome and you should buy it.
I like PSA, not gonna lie to you.
I'm not crapping on that. I was just using it as an example, but like most gun tubers, once they get bigger, they just like become shills and like start fucking talking about all these sponsors because they monetize through ads, which isn't smart.
Civilian? Or
I don't know who that is.
I think it's like Civilian Tactical. He's like some blonde kid, and he's like, I got this Bear Creek arsenal, and I'll watch me shoot Fanta oranges or something like that.
Is he a TikToker or something?
It's for TikTok brain though, but yeah, he's like steel plates. Fuck yeah. I've been seeing that a lot actually. Plate carriers and versus chest rig. That's starting to.
Gorilla.
Yeah, I saw something like that.
Pacific Northwest Gorilla.
Yeah, if you're poor, just get a chest rig. I think it's.
I was thinking about that, which honestly I don't even have a plate carrier because I'm more poor than you. I only have a chest rig, but I was thinking about it, and we were doing a drill recently where we had to like run. I don't know how far. It was probably like we had to run like 400 or 500 yards.
We were sprinting. It was like sprinting too. It was you'd sprint to the overhang that we're at, which is like 100 yards away. Sprint back. Engage a target. You had to do it. I think you have to make hits back to back, then run back to it, come back, move to the next platform, make 2 hits, run back. So it was like about like 600. So
yeah.
2 times 100 times 3.
Where was I going at with that? But I was pretty gassed doing that. But I was gonna bring that up for a reason. What was I talking about running for?
Cardio. You need to do it. It sucks, but.
Yeah, cardio, but I had another point. Oh, no. I was talking about kit, which is what, to be honest, like most of you guys only care about the stuff you buy and not your actual training.
Yeah.
But I was watching you. I was only wearing a chest rig, and I believe you and our buddy was wearing a chest rig and a belt setup. And both of you guys are like dicking with your belt and like complaining about how much it like prohibits your like hips and stuff. And I was thinking, I was like,
you're also the only guy that doesn't run a handgun.
If you're trying to be fast, though, like having just running a chest rig is probably the fastest thing to do, not having a bunch of shit on your hips.
Yeah. I mean, the belt that I have is the TRX Arms Orion. I actually don't like it, but I keep running it. And it's super thick, it's wide, it's thick, and it sits on my hips. And
I feel like it'd be better if you could like actually have your handgun on your kit if you were actually going to run one.
Okay, Mr. Not Fancy. But
you have it on the chest. Who cares if you muzzle people to your left?
But the regular Saguaro belt, my EDC fucking belt, the Saguaro Emissary belt that I run, if I were to rig that up with all my the regular shit that I run, it doesn't bother me at all. Like it doesn't really inhibit anything.
You're sprinting?
Yeah, like I did like a ruck with it.
No way you can sprint as fast.
It's not as fat. Like my Orion belt's like this big or that wide.
But even your pistol's going to be flopping
It basically
around.
goes from your hips down to your thighs, and you can feel it. And I have the thigh strap for my handgun and stuff. So, I mean, yeah, it does inhibit a little bit. And if we're like shit, my thought process is if I have to get out of the area I'm in, well, I'm going to have to either way because our consolidation point is not at my place. So I have to go to our consolidation point, have my family ready for that. And then I already know when I first leave, it's wearing the plate carrier and shit because, especially like I don't have a plate carrier for all my family or like body armor for everyone. But I know if I don't make it, they're not going to make it. Or any of them, not my kids or my wife if I go down. So,
Man, dude.
you like sometimes you gotta think like, yeah, you don't have like, if you sometimes you have to put your, I guess like your safety priority a little higher so you can make sure.
Dude, this is a terrible topic, dude. Your wife's gonna watch this.
Hey,
she's gonna be like, get me some body armor.
I mean, she already wants some, but money.
No, seriously, you're probably not gonna need body armor.
No.
As long as you don't want to make it. If you have body armor and you're bugging out, people are gonna be like, "Oh, that guy's obviously got shit."
Like, honestly, like we were talking about earlier, any kind of movement you're gonna do is gonna be at night. So, being able to get out at night is gonna be your probably best option to survival, unless you got like a heads up kind of thing, and like before a majority of people know.
Yeah, so wait a few weeks and leave at night.
That's why you got to build connections with people. Like network. Like I network with a vast variety of people that aren't even in my group.
Vast variety.
I got connections, and I feel like I could get a heads up at least if I need to.
Yeah.
And then not even from people in my group.
One of the gear trends that I find really interesting is the LB belt kit trend, which people are talking about it more because that's what people in Ukraine are starting to wear because they need to be able to sustain themselves because they don't have like a fucking helicopter that could come pick them up at any moment
or drop them off stuff.
Yeah, so I was thinking of that. But obviously, I don't have an LB belt kit, although I want one. For one, because you could like sustain yourself if you had to like go out a lot better, and you could be still fairly mobile compared to having like an Alice pack on your back, and you could carry a lot more magazines if you were going on like a raid.
You've been really talking about the Schmersh kits.
Yeah, the fucking Commando store was supposed to drop them this week, and they didn't. We'll see about that. If they don't actually drop it, I'd probably just get like a knockoff or something.
Like, I got my kit set out so I can actually carry 10 magazines on me, and then I store another like 10 in my ruck.
I'm really trying to figure out how to like carry water though.
I'm making a move towards canteens, so I'm gonna get the 2-liter canteens, mount them to the side of my ruck, and then carry it that way. Because bladders, I feel like are not good long term.
What if
even though I've had my bladder since like basic training and it still hasn't popped, but
yeah, you're running the same one from basic training.
Yeah,
damn,
and it still hasn't popped.
You're just drinking straight oil.
I've seen them pop and leak and shit, and I fear that day will come when I need my water.
But what if you're just going out on a day mission? You don't want to carry a fucking Alice pack with you.
I mean, that's why you got like assault packs and shit.
Okay, that's better, but I don't have an assault
And then you'll be
pack.
like, carry what, like 2 canteens on your kit? Like, I used to run a canteen on my belt.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to have like some water on your body.
Now, I can tell you what, USGI canteens are a hell of a lot better. Yeah, they make your water taste like shit or whatever, but they're better than Nalgene's, in my opinion, because like they form better to your body. If you put a Nalgene bottle on you, it's just round and it just.
Why do people even like that?
I don't know. It's just like the go-to hiker bottle.
They look like they're gonna break.
I mean, I broke mine. What was it? I've broken 3 lids on mine. I haven't broken the actual body, but I break usually the lids. Either I break them in the water. Well, I don't break them. They either melt in the hot dishwasher because they touch the heating coil.
Melt on a dishwasher. That's garbage.
Or I broke mine on the last backpacking trip we did. I was trying to like get it out of the pouch that I had it on my pack, and I pulled it too hard, and it just snapped off.
That's garbage. I got a bunch of hydro flasks. You can see my 2 hydro flasks right there. The hydro flasks are nice,
but they're heavy.
They're heavier.
And then like ounces lead the pounds when you're packing your stuff. So I mean, also is like another thing is like, do you guys like? I mean, like I'm not really for bugging out unless you have a consolidation point. So if you got a bunch of guys that you're all linking up, you're not all going to be bugging in. You're going to want to link up with the guys you prepared for this with. So
yeah, someone probably has a better place than others.
That consolidation point is going to be vital to you. So you probably are going to have to lead unless you are the consolidation point. So if you got to leave, you got to have at least like think about how long will it take you to get out of your house and then to it, because the roads are going to be blocked, bridges, traffic's going to be everywhere. Like if you live anywhere near,
might be a chance you have to go on foot.
can you even freaking walk the amount of miles that it takes to get to your thing? Like I'm pretty sure like our consolidation point for me is like
excuse you, dude.
I know, excuse me, I'm
a fucking barbarian
raising a barn, I'm a caveman. Yeah, like my consolidation point's probably like 30 miles for me. So
yeah, that might be a 2-day thing.
Yeah, it might be even a 3-day thing. So like also is like having set time frames for like, oh, you guys have a consolidation point for meeting up. Now, how long you wait there too for everybody else to arrive before you move on? And then do you have a secondary consolidation point? So if
the second bug out place.
Yeah, basically like if the first one like you can't get to it, you'll meet everybody at the second one. And then maybe you have like a final one. Or maybe your consolidation point is the final meetup point, and that's where you're all going to sit.
Man, that's a crazy topic.
Because like our consolidation point's kind of like we try to fit it in the middle of everybody. So like we all meet here, and then we'll figure out, or we already have planned. We're still trying to figure shit out. We're trying to get this done pretty much ASAP right now. It's like our priority where we're going to actually hold out at, because like the spot we have right now is great for temporary, I think, for like a few days, but we're gonna have to like leave eventually.
Yeah, I hope there's not an EMP, dude. I feel like an EMP would be the shittiest situation, because then pretty much everyone's electronics gonna be like, your fucking EOTech, you're gonna be like, oh, I got this $600 EOTech.
I have a Faraday cage, man, dude. Make one. Like you can use a microwave. Those are basically Faraday cages already. You just shut the door.
Really?
You can build them out with ammo cans. Look a video up. I got my brother this for his.
Yeah, I would like a fucking
Christmas gift or a birthday.
I don't know, dude, but do they make fucking enormous one? Like, imagine having one the size of a trash bag.
This is a smaller one.
I want one of like the size of a trash bag.
Yeah,
that
you
I
can
put
your shit in here. Like I keep my nods in this bag because I feel like I'm definitely gonna need those. So I don't want them to get fried. So they always stay in my the Faraday bag. And then I have a Faraday cage I made out of ammo can with my ammo can for my radios.
Does it actually work?
Yeah.
Ammo can works as a Faraday cage?
Yeah, you have to like line it. So you take like styrofoam and you line the thing with it.
Really?
Yeah. So none of the electronics are touching the metal. So you line that either with cardboard, or you can watch videos, and then you seal it up. And you take like aluminum foil or tin foil and you wrap it. You remove the seal in it. And you wrap it around where the seal is.
Bro, that would be interesting. I need to make more of those.
So if you have like a standard ammo can, you can make them with that. And I keep a phone in there, not really for like contacting people, but it's mostly for like pictures, if I need to take pictures.
Dude, this fucking fireplace, dude, looks so fucking cool, dude. I'm looking at this. This is such a better background than our last one.
Yeah, just a little fireplace here when we're drinking.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
This is the bunker. We got a fireplace in our bunker. Flat screen TV hooked up to a generator.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, I honestly, what is it? What are you talking about generators? Generators, man, I feel like
a lot of people
they have their place. They definitely have their place, but I feel like
you probably don't want it to be your primary thing.
You don't want to run it all the time, because especially if everything was dead and there's like no noise out, because when cars stop running and airplanes stop flying in the air, and it's just like shit gets real quiet. So you hear someone who got a generator like over a mile away, you're gonna be a target.
Yeah. What else? What did you mean? You want to talk about streamlining your preps. What did you mean by that?
Oh, that's kind of like where we're just talking about, like making sure, like, you have bags prepped, you have your food. Like, if like you have that consolidation point, is getting your shit loaded in your vehicle and trying to be able to get there. You know.
Yeah. One of the things I was thinking about, which we should really have like a standard operating procedure for like every man in our group, is like a monthly audit where you like audit that all your shit's like good to go. Like your not just like your guns
I feel like
and
if
ammo and stuff, but like
you're more
everything.
established, yeah. I mean, right now, like with us at least, it's like everybody's kind of got like that's your own. That's what you're responsible for.
Because some guys don't even have their mags loaded when they go to the range.
Okay, I don't load my mags when I go to the range, but I have loaded mags. I keep my oh shit ammo loaded in mags, and then I have separate mags for the range, which I then load because I like to like the least way I do is I'll have like a set of drills, and I like to because I can't fucking count for shit. Like you guys be like, let's do a bill drill, and I'll shoot like 5 or 8 rounds instead of 6.
Oh, you gotta learn to count.
I know. I got smooth brain, so.
What else? I think we should wrap it up. That's fine. I feel like this is gonna be 2 hour long.
Hey, dude, who cares? 2 hour long.
That's true. Yes.
You can listen to this on your shitter or on your way to work.
We should put it on Spotify or something.
That's what I've been thinking about doing. Is like expanding out to Spotify for like some of these videos.
Yeah, the start was very rough because we're not like public speakers or anything. We gotta get better at this. But most important call to action here is to network and join our Telegram channel because community is the most important thing, and now's the time to organize, not when shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Join our Telegram channel. Don't be a bozo.
Yeah, make some friends, man. Like I saw something that was like 22% of like millennials or like Gen Zers don't have any friends, which is really fucking sad.
Those are loot drops, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like anyone that planning to do shit hits the fan by themselves, put your address in the comments below so we know where to find you. Nah, we would personally wouldn't do anything. We'd help you out, obviously.
Oh yeah, totally.
Fuck. Gosh, dang it, dude. That might have to get blurred out.
I think it's too small.
Gosh, dang it, dude. I'm fucking.
That's why I wanted to just use full screen. But yeah, I'll see what anything else we want to talk about.
What else? I kind of want to talk about surplus gear later, but we can talk about that another time.
We can talk about it in this video. Also, is another thing is if you run in a group, have a fucking uniform.
Uniform? Why would I need a uniform?
So you can identify your guys.
Why do I need to identify my guys?
So you don't fucking shoot them. You don't want to be the guy that shoots your buddy.
You're just gonna wear a uniform every time you go out?
Yeah, like you at least, and then also have like challenge passwords, like
code words.
Yeah, code words. So like if you do run into each other, and you can like shout out the challenge word, and they'll have to, or like the password or some shit, and they have to respond with something like, like your word is tacos. You want to see if he's friendly, and you're like, your challenge acceptance phrase is beef. So if you go yell at tacos and the dude yells out chicken, you know he's a bad guy and he's not part of your group.
They've wanted to yell out
beef,
chicken.
you know he's friendly. You never had chicken tacos?
Have I had chicken tacos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you say like you don't?
Someone yells out beef to you. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna be like,
I've done it,
tacos,
dude. I done it. We were on a raid on the RTU, and this dude yelled at. He was like tacos, because I was walking by him, and I said beef, and he was like, all right, you're good, man. I guess the fucking code.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he forgot what it was.
I don't know, but I fucking shot him right after.
Man, I haven't really spent too much time thinking about code words.
So that's another way to PID somebody, especially with and like knowing each other. If you're close knit guys, you'll be able to identify somebody that doesn't belong in your group, especially at night when you can't really see people or you can't really like pick them out. Like if you hang out with guys enough, you'll be able to identify them from how they walk and shit.
Yeah.
So.
What else? I need to stay up for night vision.
You want to talk about surplus gear, right?
Surplus gear? Honestly, I have to pee. I feel like we should wrap it up and talk about surplus gear another time. I feel like I want to get some more surplus gear and talk about it.
I thought you were trying to get a Smersh.
Yeah, I do want to get one. Just because obviously my AK is my main gun, even though it really shouldn't be for ammo compatibility. But
that's another thing is if you live in the United States, yeah, you like fucking AKs. AKs are cool. I like AKs. I don't even have an AK though, but I like AKs. I wanted an AK for a long time. I still want an AK, but not everybody's gonna be fucking using.
I'm still using an AK until I run out of ammo for it.
Yeah, but like
then I'll use this.
Longevity wise, you're gonna want an AR.
Or the way I think about it, shut up. Don't listen to him. Okay, you got an AK. Okay, right? Say you have a limit on ammo. Most people aren't gonna be running AKs. By the time, if you really need an AR-15 because you shot your thousands of rounds of ammo that you had stocked up because you've been in so many firefights and you're not dead, then you just shoot someone. I feel like this is getting a little sketchy now. Shoot someone. You take out someone that in Minecraft that is carrying an Armalite rifle, and they drop it. Like with their apples and their pickaxes and stuff, just like in Minecraft. And he's like, oh, here's my...
shit, he's got a diamond sword. It's enchanted.
You pick up your diamond sword, and then everyone else has a diamond sword. Then you're running what most of the people in your faction are running.
Yeah. Are we wrapping this up?
Yeah, this episode was for entertainment purposes only. Do not take any of this as a literal. We all want you to get vaccinated, and nothing that we said is true
Do what the government tells
or
you to
serious.
Do what the government says.
Yep, that's right. Do what the women, do what the government says. Get vaccinated. Listen to Greta Thunberg. Michelle Obama is not a man. Any other disclaimers we're missing? Eat as much canola oil as possible. Drink it for breakfast.
Play video games. Watch as much porn as possible.
Fucking...
Porn maxing.
The fucking best use of your time. Alright, guys, join our Telegram channels. Don't be a cucks.
Cucks.
I was thinking of saying, I didn't want to have to say that word, but yeah, cucks.
Alright, guys. Keep it real. Love you. Thank you for supporting the channel. And, peace.
Yeah, go touch grass.